morning to you all. My name is Adi Chris, and it's a happy new year. For those of you who are just starting the year, and this is our first broadcast for the year. As usual, we'll be taking a look. This is the Good Morning Show. We titled the Wake Up Nigeria, where we wake you up with some exciting things going on around the country. Today's show, we'll be taking a look at some of the things that has happened. Those are the very last part of last year. It's very important so that it leads us to this beautiful year. As you all know, the country are trooping to Ghana at the moment for the swearing-in ceremony of the president. That's something to emulate. The election in Ghana is not like that of ours. We pray it shouldn't be like that one. Anyway, but we are going there to congratulate Ghana. And one of the most important things I saw that happened last year, which is really important to me, is the refineries. And we're going to take a look at all that today on this show. But let me add my guests in Abuja. I think they are talking when they are even behind stage. You know, let's put them in. Hello.
Good morning, Daddy Chris.
Good morning, Daddy Chris.
Morning, how are you guys?
Fine, sir.
Happy New Year.
Wish you the same, sir.
I'm sure you guys had a great time. Great time. Many of you ate plenty rice. You look different. I ever did some exercises and maybe has eaten a lot of rice. You can see that. Anyway, it's a beautiful day. You're welcome to the show. Like I said, we'll be taking a look at some of the things that have happened in Nigeria in the past few before the new year, and then we'll look at the new year. But what is really interesting to me today is the movement of our people, our leaders, and the movement to Ghana. And the good news from those of them in Asaba, I wish they could join me shortly. I know that their governor is also in Asaba, in Ghana at the moment, in Accra, congratulating the newly sworn in the Ghanaian president, who's going to be sworn in anyway, the newly elected president of Ghana. And I'm wondering now, governors, you going there on foreign trip? When I don't change, we don't get domestic issues. So the governors of Nigeria are now going to Ghana to witness swearing-in ceremony. What is the lesson to be learned? I understand the president on the trip. What is the governor going there to do? I mean, what are the governors going to do? Well, I don't understand. I know you guys might be invited. I just think you guys might have some important things to address. This is a new year. It's a year where we should be doing great things. But like I said, I'm now calm. I'm a different person. It's 2025. It's not the same that the things you guys saw. I've been humbled. Let me put it that way. Some things has happened to me that make me to say, I am quiet. You see, some of the things I talked about, I thought would happen in my lifetime. I just realized that I am not God. Not everything you wish will happen in your lifetime. So you do your own part and you live. But while you do your part, my only advice is don't over-compromise. We have to compromise. I saw this beautiful, beautiful lesson which I want to share with you. When I talk about morals, and I saw this wonderful message. It says, you cannot be boasting about morals. Don't even mention morals until you have what it takes. Let me repeat. Until you have what it takes to run your financial issue, to solve your financial problem, there's nothing like morality. And I played a lot with that one with my guests. I don't know what's wrong with Abuja again. I know you guys are always up and on. Welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Yes, I was just talking about morals, that nobody should boast about morals if the person doesn't have the financial capability to solve his problem. Because when trouble comes, decent people lie. I've learned that in life-threatening situations, decent people lie. It's just to get away out of things. Abraham did lie. He said to Sarah, don't tell them. You marry a woman like Ayemba. You go to this king. You know the king might like her. And Ayemba, don't tell the king that I am my wife. Otherwise, it's my neck. And things like that do happen. So that's how Abraham lied. So in life-threatening situations, decent people lie. So lie is a part of life. It just as at what time you use it and to what. It can be to. Sometimes it's good to lie. I always say to people, who said it's a bad thing to lie? Ayemba, you think somebody lies is a bad thing? Let's start from there. Lies.
Sorry, I didn't get to your question, please.
I asked a question if you think lies is a bad thing to lie.
Did lie do?
How come that you people can't hear me?
I can't really hear you.
Okay, Daddy Chris, come again. You said what?
Yes.
You said what?
This one, it go shock. Oh. Which kind of phone are they use? I said, is it a bad thing to lie? This
Okay.
is not good. Your phone
It
is not
depends. It
helping.
depends
I
on the
asked a question if it
situation.
is a bad thing to lie.
Lying is not something to be proud of. It's not a good thing.
Okay.
Lying.
But if it's to me, right? If it warrants or if it comes to a life threatening situation and you need to save your life, who am I?
That's okay. When you mention about life threatening is understandable, but
Yeah,
lying in a general terms is all shades of wrong.
sure.
It's all shades of wrong because I feel personally when you tell the truth, you save yourself from the stress of explaining later because no matter how you lie, you keep on lying, the truth will surely come out. And first off, you will lost your face to that person you keep on lying to. You will not have integrity to that because whatever it is you say, whether you're not saying the truth, the person will never trust you again. So I don't see any reason why you should lie.
Well, I like to think like that when I was a child. But now I just come to the insane conclusion that it's a good thing to lie. And I'm going to explain that. This is the thing. It also
No,
said, if you can pretend, then you can be good. Do you agree with that? To pretending is a lie? If you pretend to be something you are not, are you not a liar?
you are.
You are.
Okay. Now, Mary, what will happen if we come out today naked with no clothes on? Why do we have to cover some of the bad things, some of the things we know that should not be bring out on the public?
Because we know that it's not normal to be naked.
To walk naked on
So
the
we can't do
public.
something that is not
Because
normal.
normal.
Normal
Because
people cannot behave in an abnormal way. If you're
see,
abnormal, act like one.
Mm.
Then if you're normal, act like one.
Simple.
So I think that is it. And that's how it works.
who defines abnormality? For people, have you not been to? I like there's a place in around Abuja there where people still go in their natural ways. They don't, they don't wear any clothes. They are natural. That is what it means to be natural. Anytime you do something that is not natural, if I do some makeup today, I see Mary hair now. See the way the hair long. All these ones are things you do to be beautiful. Is it not? It's not a
Mhm.
lie, but it's you are being somebody you are not. Do you agree? I mean,
It is
so
what I am.
You're
It is
just
not. I'm not
enhancing your
faking
beauty.
it.
You're not taking
Yes.
it, just enhancing the
It is. It
beauty.
is when if I cut my hair low, that is when I'm doing what I'm not. Because as a woman, we are expected to carry our hair, our natural hair. You
see,
understand? Then that your
it's your
natural hair,
secret soul.
you are expected to style it the way you want. When I'll
Yes.
be doing what I am not or imitating what I'm not is when I go low cut.
All
It's
right.
supposed
I
to be
like
for the guys, but not for me.
you want. You want. You want. I agree with Mary. You know what I'm just trying to do is I'm just trying to pull my guest leg down. Hypocrisy is the glue that holds a society together. We all are hypocrites. We live a life that is not true. Because maybe the society will make us to live a particular way. That's why when you see a politician come to talk, he's going to tell you what you want to hear. A pastor tell you what you want to hear. If you dare say what God wants, you'll be killed like Jesus. So when they say I don't like lies, I don't like truth, I don't like lies, how can you like lies? Lies is good. It's good to lie. Anyway, we'll come to that this is not the topic of today, but I just wanted to check morals. What is our morals? You understand? When we talk about morals, I am confused. I'm saying, this morality when they talk of self, who has the who draw where do we draw the boundaries? What is moral? Like as long as you decide to change yourself from who you are naturally are, you've already started to change what God wants. Anyway, maybe we're enhancing what God wants. That is not a bad thing, Mary. That's what you put to me now. Mary said that is an act of enhancement, not really changing what God wants. And I agree. If God provides light and we are not providing another light, meaning we are enhancing what God has created. I agree with you on that one. All right. So now let's go with this. Let's go with this thought. I know I created a little bit of havoc online today. So the phone is not going to rest. Let me try and put it on silent. I can tell you guys, I have a little issue in my place that need to be resolved. They are pretending about it. So I put the community in heat as we speak. I'm going to write an open letter. The open letter will be a disaster to all of us in that community. Man, it's going to be an open letter. For the decree to write an open letter to the councils of chiefs, that is not good. And that is the way I'm going to open 2025. Dear friends, President Tinubu just had a good news for us. Refineries are now open in Nigeria. I am so excited. I don't know about you guys. What is going on? What do you have to say about this? Mary, what did you know about the new refineries? What is happening there?
It's a good one though, even though the NNPCL boss, that is Medicare, said that in Nigeria, we don't believe that good things, right, can take place in this country. So he was actually showing the stages, right, that was taking place in the refinery,
All right.
which took place or started its operation on 30th of December 2024. So he was actually going through every of the stages in the refinery and how the operation started. Okay, now saying to Nigerians that this will not just bring development to Delta states as a whole, but the country at large. That he knows that we Nigerians always believe in fake news. We always carry fake news and negativity about the country. But this is him showing it to the world, showing it to Nigeria, that the refinery, right, has taken place and has begun its operation. Because we don't believe, and I don't know why they said we don't believe that good things can take place in the country. I don't know.
Send it to me.
Mary, are you
Is it
not
really
scared?
our fault? Is it really our fault that good things do not take place? It's because of the way things has been happening in the country. So you really won't blame Nigerians when they actually talk about negative things happening in the country. It has happened
Can we
countless
get
times.
once?
The,
Can we
the,
say
the, the Delta State Refinery, has it reduced the price of fuel? If that is what we are saying, even though we know that kerosene, gas, right, has been taken to by marketers, has been taken to the refinery already on Sunday. Has it dropped any of the prices? Has the prices dropped? Is it not still the same thing? Whether we like it or not, these things are business. Personally, that the Chris has been impressed about this since yesterday. But for me, if you watch, I've not even acted like I'm impressed or anything, because is it really changing anything with all of the refinery? I said it last year that whether we open refineries in the 36 states, if these people don't have our interests at heart, fuel will still be sold in a high price. It will not drop, right? It's never going to drop at all. So to me, I don't really see why Medicare, the boss of NNPC, is making this thing looking like one huge something, right, in the country. It's not huge for me. I don't know for Ayamba. It's not. Yes, congratulations to them. But Nigerians are still suffering, and I'm saying it, that's my own. Nigerians are still suffering. Nothing has changed. Yes.
Anyways, for me, I remember when last year when we complained about how a single person could open a refinery and all that and be supplying fuel to other African countries. So at this moment now, yes, this one is a welcome development. It's something that is really something to be proud, like to be happy about and all that.
Congratulations.
Congratulations
He
to them.
said, according to the president, that this will boost the Nigerian future. Okay.
So we are hoping that
the future will be boosted.
It will be boosted.
We hope,
because we hope,
because presently
and
nothing has happened, nothing has changed. So we hope, according to President Tinubu, the Nigerian future will be boosted through the Warri refinery.
And again,
yes,
through both the Warri and the Port Harcourt. I think I saw the video clip where the president of Boston just said that it will never work. It worked, and they asked him to come and go through and investigate, see how the whole thing is going on and all, to investigate the process of how he's trying to come up and all. He was there. I think I saw the video clip when he was at the refinery in Port Harcourt. And again, I just feel the thing now is, if these things kick off, we then have maximum security for people not to vandalize it. Kicking off these refineries is one thing entirely. Then, is there going to be security for the refineries not to be vandalized? That is another thing. Starting it how just to maintain it so that it will have a continuous work process to work continuously. So now it's a welcome development, and congratulations. We are happy that this particular thing happened. At least now the states have refineries, not like an individual that had a refinery and all that. Just like Mary said, with the fuel price drop, we are still hoping since the presidency is going to boost the future. We
This
hope.
is just start
I think
now.
Port
Impatient
Harcourt own is
women.
60,000
Women are never
barrels
patient.
per day. So if Warri own is giving us 125,000 barrels per day, we hope we have it in surplus.
Mhm.
My problem in
And
this
again, that
is,
was also
whether we like
definitely.
it or not, congratulations to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. There are a lot of things that he's moving towards working on in the country.
Yeah.
If you can be realistic, there's this difference. The only problem is because things are a little bit difficult in the
Yeah.
country. But talking about boosting this administration, boosting Nigeria as a country, and doing the things, the refinery just, it's not like it has not been there. It's been there for years, right? And stopped. So it's not like it's a new thing, like the Chris. So for him to reopen it again, reopening of the Warri
Refinery.
refinery is a good thing. We've
It's
had
a good
other
thing.
presidents, right, that ruled and left without
Without
working on it.
yeah,
This is what we are saying.
this is it.
And he came in and
He
made a
made a
difference.
difference.
Tinubu
Yes.
made a difference.
Yes.
If he's saying that it will boost the Nigeria future, I can be positive about it.
Yeah.
That is true. Definitely it will not concern, but we hope it will not operate and stop, just like what happened. It was there, I think around 1976 or so, and it stopped, right? That was when they opened it. So we hope they will not open and stop. We hope it will continue, even the Dangote one, because it's one thing to start any business, and it's another thing to make sure it continues. It does not liquidate or wind up.
My
So that's my
question
take on it.
is, my question is that are we not supposed now to say, okay, let us protect what we have? And young women. Now, God, let's say God used Tinubu. Sometimes when God wants to bless people, he will send you a leader. I don't know whether Tinubu is one of them. I have never been convinced about his leadership, but I'm beginning to get happy with the man. You understand? He has done a couple of reforms this last year. Eh? And appreciation is a recipe for more. If I do something for you and you say, Daddy Chris, thank you, I really like, I want to do more. You understand? President Tinubu is fighting some people
Yes.
who only want the refinery to exist. You understand? Tinubu has fought people who were benefiting from fuel importation through subsidies because they were robbing this country to in fact they were leaking us dry. He said, I will not give you money to go and bring fuel. Bring the fuel at the normal rate. So if you want to bring fuel, bring it and sell. I am paying for it. Nigerians will pay, yes. So that way, the money is now saved and is now put on. Some part of it, we know they must have taken some of, but nobody went up with it. They have done a refinery for us. They have done another reform, which is the tax reform, which the whole country is making a lot of noise. He stepped on toes. You know, this is why they killed Jesus. They almost stole Muhammad. If Muhammad didn't run away from Mecca, he would have been killed. You understand? These are people, because people in authority, not your leader alone. Oh. You know, this morning I was asking myself, we're not going into that. It's going to be too long. They said America is owing money. Who is America owing? How can Nigeria not be the owner of the Central Bank of Nigeria? Who owns the Central Bank of Nigeria? These are difficult questions we don't know. So there are people who are so powerful in that country that are making things difficult for us. Maybe it's not even just the ordinary politicians. Those are some of them are village fools. They went there, they give them some 2 naira, they go and sleep. The people controlling the affairs of the country are those who were benefiting from the tax regime, from the foreign exchange, and now the oil. Tinubu has stepped on his toes. Don't you guys think we should encourage Tinubu? I know most of you were obedient. Are you guys still obedient? That's what I'm asking.
Obedience. We are not. My own is not about being obedient. Let's focus on Tinubu that is working first.
Okay.
That is just because we said here last year, we said it on the show. I said, with what I've seen so far, how far the president is going, my vote might just be his come 2027. So
All right. That's
I was not really an obedient. I think I was voting based on individual anyway. So I just voted. If I wanted a younger person to come in. That was why I voted for Peter Obi.
all right.
Because I was not a core obedient. I was just
You wanted something different. You wanted somebody you can relate to. Anyway, that's a good one. I'm quite impressed as well with where the country is going at the moment, and I think we should encourage it. But let's look at a very small issue because I don't think we have all the time to do all the things we need to do today. We'll do this show properly for tomorrow. I have something interesting today. Just if you look at the papers, our president, even governors, my governor is. I wish the Delta people are here now. Our governor is currently in Accra, Ghana. The president is there. They just had a beautiful election, very successful election. So they're swearing in their president, and they are all there. So governors and president, they are on foreign mission. Is that the job of governors to go on foreign mission? We'll address that as we take a look at that. Now the news going on in Delta State is that our governor is trying to make friends with Tinubu. This is the thing. He's a PDP guy, but the Tinubu is APC. So I'm sure the PDP is not comfortable because his former boss, Okowa, is in some kind of trouble at the moment, with the EFCC. So is the guy trying to save his head? But why would the governor of Delta State, of all the assignments in the world, decide to go on a foreign mission? Is he the Minister of Foreign Affairs? Was he invited by the president to go with him? These are questions we want to know. Anyway, we'll be looking at that because we have a lot of challenges that were going on. But now, maybe before we run away from this petroleum issue, I said something that is interesting, and maybe we can learn from this. Now, the president, that the federal government has taken the time to create a refinery. Whether we like it or not, that is going to create some jobs. Some of the money we used to buy fuel before, or oil before, we will not be able to spend it in the country, even if it doesn't make the price less. For the future of young people like you, it's good. I can tell you that. Why don't you ask now, what can the state governors, you see, these guys are just spending money. What can they do to help this matter? Like I asked a question, if Dangote can get a refinery, can Delta State have a refinery? Is Dangote richer than Delta State? Is Dangote richer than Lagos State? Is Dangote richer than Ondo State? Is he richer than Kwara State, than Kano State? Are you guys kidding me? Kano State let me say this, when you have the credit, when you have the credibility to borrow money, meaning you can do things, you don't need to have cash. Mary, the thing that is running me dry is when I want to apply for some credit, they don't give to me, meaning I'm broke. That's when you are broke. If a man is never broke when you can borrow money. Let me put it this way. In the UK, we don't have even the cash at home. What you do is when you need money, you go and take from the bank and you pay back. You're only broke when the bank no more give you because you don't have good history of paying back. I don't think our states have those problems. Can they borrow money? And even build a refinery. Let us say we have a problem in the country. We want to drive the price of fuel down and actually sell fuel to our neighboring countries. We have oil. Ghana need fuel. Niger need fuel. All these countries need fuel. They are now taking it from France, from Germany, from America. Can't we produce this fuel now and supply them? Will it not be a good business for every state so that we know Nigeria? Hey, anytime you come to Nigeria, they produce oil. Yes, they produce. We're not producing oil at the moment. Because now we blame it. We can take Tinubu. Look at what Tinubu has done. Tinubu has done something that is very tiny. This is not going to make a big difference. Many ask a question, how is it going to change the price? It will not. It will only change the price if the state governors, 37 states, go into production. They can borrow money to do so. Dangote did not spend all his money on that refinery. It must be, some money must be borrowed. You can't build that kind of refinery with your own money. There's no way. So are the state governors not qualified to borrow money and build their own refineries and employ their indigenes and sell and make money? That's the question I'm asking you, young women.
Okay, I think I only heard when you said sell and make money. Can you kind of come again? Let me get you.
I'm asking if the states in Nigeria, why are they not having their own refineries? This is the federal government having only 2 refineries we are celebrating today. Dangote have his own. I'm asking this: how is it impossible for the state governors to have their own refinery?
How can the state have their own refinery? Have they ever accepted that they make money? Has there ever been a time that state governors accept that they make money? So from where we dey open the refinery? What kind of magic is that one?
But the money
You are
they
not
send to the
expecting,
people,
you are not expecting, why would you be expecting that kind of investment from people that are proving countless times that they cannot do without the federal government? You understand? Check almost all the states, all the airports. I think is from the federal level as well. How many establishments, right, has been made in the state by a governor, aside roads, aside street lights,
stadium. And they don't
the
do
fancy
stadium, they
ones,
do road.
and
Eh,
they will now call their own media people to come and make video of and
because
post for them.
we dance is commissioning
You
the
get my point? Aside those ones that will favor them, that people will see, how many have they? The thing is, it's still good because even if they had, right, the states open a refinery, maybe it wouldn't have been functioning by now, or even airports. They would have spoiled it.
That is, if another governor will not come in and sell it,
And that is the reason they are not doing it.
because after your 8 years, someone else will
But
come
if you
in.
want to be considering that I will not do this thing because I will not stay forever, then you have a big problem as a governor. You get my point? Why not make this thing as a name for yourself rather than thinking that one day I will live here? Even the president knows that he will not stay there forever. So everything he's doing, right, is for his good name at the end of the day.
Eh,
So if we start having that kind of mentality, then we'll do better. I know what I'm saying. Check almost all the states. How many states have you seen that a governor single-handedly, you understand, built an airport? How many of them even own aircraft? That is, if they did not privatize it, because they don't want it to be state. But the problem is, let it not be state-owned. And even the schools that they own are not even properly kept. The hospitals, how do they look with unavailability of drugs? So what are we saying? But these same states, right? Let me use Enugu State as example. You see, when you talk about the ShopRite and the governor saying that they should pay tithes, I mean a tax, sorry, tax for their ShopRites and all of that, and all of that, I just laughed. Are we going to be boosting just about the ShopRite and every other tourist center where people only come, right, to enjoy themselves and go? Can't we have other things that we should boost up, other source of making money? The ShopRite has been there for years. Can we now divert our mindset from the Enugu ShopRite? From this, we have something like Eagle Square where people come in, right, have fun and enjoy themselves. Can we start thinking of a very big market for the people of Enugu State? Can we start thinking of companies where people can work and make money, right? For the state. We should not always boost of what we already had. Let's make something new. And that is why, at the end of the day, I always accord Abia State governor. He came there and he made some change. And it can be seen, even though the lights, right, that he was able to make sure it was working in Abia State, even though I know it's not in every part of Abia State. At the end of the day, he was able to make impact. He was able to make impact because he was working on the things that the other governors didn't work on. And that is my problem with Enugu State. You meet the things that the other governors have done, right? And you rely on that one. You are not making something new. Do you know what they do? The new things they do is roads. Is roads. And even with all the roads they are fixing, there are still communities that you cannot enter because of bad roads. Now we have the Ibom Air, right? So why can't other states make out something like that?
That's another thing.
Why can't we do something like that?
The problem of your own state.
Yes.
If I start telling the abuse from my own state, from Benue,
I know what I'm saying. At the end of the day, the governors, at the end of the day, should improve. They should improve. They should stop hyping themselves with roads and street lights. We've passed that stage because at the end of the day, they want to make videos of a state and say this state is so fine. You see Ebonyi State, sometimes they're making videos of Ebonyi State and you're like, this is Ebonyi State and not London. This is what they want. Ebonyi State is too fine. The roads are fine, but not London. Why the people inside are suffering? Is it about a beautiful state where people are suffering? You get my point? So that tomorrow they'll come and say, this is Enugu State, so fine. Enugu State is a land of a foreign land. It's like there was yes, Flavor sang one song like that. You understand? It's like Obodo Yibo is like the foreign land. So these are the things. Are these things we want to be proud of? Why people in that state don't have job opportunities? Why people in the state are suffering? Can we shift our mentality from that part? You get my point? The least security, these governors cannot boast of that they have securities that can secure their states. So what are we saying?
And it's surprising, really, when you imagine where we're going as a people, and we don't ask questions. I think I really want this show to be very calm, so that I don't look at it without tackling them. But it's not about priorities. The president is not showing example because the governors are really a threat right now to the country. And if they can just, in a way, begin to copy the president, maybe things will go right. First, they refused to release money that was supposed to go to the local government. Imagine if the president is not releasing money that comes to the state, what will happen? Then they'll give you the money that will go to local government, you sit on it. That's been their culture. The governors are more dubious, I'm sorry, than even the presidency. It has been so from day one. The problem of Nigeria has never actually been, that's why when they tell me the federal state is not good, I say I hate that. You know, in the history of Nigeria, the federal government has embarked on corporations. We have the National Shipping Line, the Nigerian Railway Corporation. They are still doing the NNPC and all the like. Tell me how many businesses are well established by states since their existence? At least states can own banks. Banks is a good business in Nigeria. In those days, we have the new Nigerian Bank, which was owned by the then Bendel state. You understand? We have the Bendel Insurance. These were brand. Today, they can't even own as little as a football team. Ordinary football. Mary, do you know what football could do? The economy of the UK Premiership generate 5.6 billion yearly from football. Premiership alone, 5.6 billion is how much? It's almost about 13 to 14 trillion naira. How much is our budget? Only football. That is England is not up to 80 people. England is not up to 60 million. They're about 60 million. All right. Nigeria is almost 300 and something million. Now, they tell us we are 200 and something million. Big lie. We are almost 350 million. They are not saying they are predicting that in a few years we're gonna be the third largest nation. We're gonna be fighting India on earth. It's a good thing. It gives us big market. We can compete. That's what China have. But how are we going to get that if the prosperity of young people are not guaranteed with the kind of investment that cannot come out from states? If you want to do something in any of these states, you are in trouble. You can better go to Abuja and you are safe. Go to the local level. And they've so brainwashed these young people in the state that they don't even know. They are only lawyer. My governor, for instance, has a lot of appointments. I'm sorry. All they do is appoint a lot of young people. They give you a job of 300,000 a month. Maybe you don't marry. What is 300,000 naira going to do for a young boy? A small boy that can generate millions of naira in a month is now settled with 300,000 naira. What a destiny. What a future we're creating. And that is the fear. Now the young people are happy. Even when I say something, they're ready to kill me. Forever talking bad about their principal. But the truth is, this toffee ideology, what I call the myopic ideology that doesn't see the future, is what is killing Nigeria. I asked a question and I'm going to ask again. In the history of Nigeria, how many of these states have set up a business that is operating, that is making money for the state? It is time we even leave the federal government alone. Mary, let's put it this way. Last time I was thinking about Nigeria and I said, okay, we have how many? 36 states, 740 something local government. If you want to do business, you never get people to do business with. So federal government want to do business. We have 36 states plus the federal capital. Maybe if all of them only do one airline go Baku. If all of them run a postal service will be efficient in Nigeria. There will be competition. I don't understand. Maybe I sincerely cannot understand why any state in Nigeria will not have an airline today. Didn't they pay me rich? Boom. Airline. Look at the sound. Edo Air, Enugu Air. You understand? Abuja Air. Just call it Lagos Air. Come on now. Kwara Air. The way they have Ibom Air. How many airlines will we have? Now they will be flying abroad. Do you know that Kenya have an airline? The economy of Lagos is bigger than Kenya. They have an airline, daughter. And we have this, we can see this in our face. And we're celebrating riffraffs. I don't know. I don't want to use that language this year. I'm tired. I really want to stop. I felt that when I come on the show this year, I said, listen, there are some things I think will happen in my time. Now I know it's not going to happen in my time. You understand? I will do my part and leave it. But it is really sad to see the potential of the Nigerian state, and we are not putting it to good use. And we're going to do this show for maximum 1 hour because that is what it takes. But what I will do maybe is I want us to take a look at the papers, all right? Because some of the things we plan to do today, the structure of the show is not settled. We need to work on it better. All right. So let's take a look at some of the papers. I have the Punch with me, and it would be nice to see what is going on in the country through the eyes of Nigerian newspapers. So I think we should take a look at that.
Okay, the big story on the Punch. We have a New Year message. APC tackles obedience as Obi alleges threats to life. And the writer says, Obi playing politics of bitterness, says APC. Nigeria transforming into repressive regime, coming from the ex-governor. Moving forward, we have a story that says, Northwest bandits fleeing to Oyo, Makinde cries out, on page 15. Trump proposes US-Canada merger as Trudeau resigns, on page 12. We have a court clash. Aida Tiwas declares curfew as mother, baby, ex-youth leader, others killed, on page 5. 33 ex-workers sue CBN over sacking demands, 30 billion naira, on page 12. JAM generated 22.9 billion naira, remitted 6 billion naira to federal government, coming from the board, on page 7.
That's interesting. Wait, JAM remitting money to the federal government.
Woman who cursed Sheyi Tinubu, IG gets 10 million naira bail, on page 4 and 5. She cursed Sheyi Tinubu on Instagram, and she gets 10 million naira bail, on page 4 and 5.
For just cursing Tinubu, Sheyi Tinubu, the wife?
Yes.
On Instagram?
Yes, sir.
Why they say that it's not a repressive regime?
We have EFCC sacks 27 corrupt officers. Props, voila, $400,000 fraud complaints, on page 12. And you can see the picture of Executive Governor of Akwa Ibom State, Pastor Umo Eno, Commissioner of Economic Development of Akwa Ibom State, Honorable Almond, and Secretary of Akwa Ibom State. All these ones are Akwa Ibom people. So you can see the picture on Still the Punch. But I don't know, the story about Obi.
Yes.
The story about Peter Obi, I don't know why he's, according to him, receiving threats. Like the messages he's getting, they are threatening to him. I don't know if they are just bringing their political system, their political distance to come and deceive us. I don't know.
But the man said he's been threatened, and Tinubu should look into it. It might not be Tinubu doing it. You understand? We had the case in America where the life of the president was threatened. They shot at the president-elect now, Donald Trump. And what did the president? He reacted immediately. That is what leaders will do. You cannot be a situation where somebody that just raised something against your president. Leave it. The thing I don't understand is some of these offenses, and I really want to be clear. I don't know whatever they said against the wife of the president, but it's a public figure. It's not like you're opening a public offense and you think people will like you. That's wrong. Even we challenge God. We human beings, we challenge God a couple of times. Let me bring Mary in. We challenge God. No matter how God, look at what God has been doing for us. Yet we see challenge Baba. So then we say when they go meet up for up. God never disown us. He never lock us up for prison.
That's
It's
true.
an intention to be dissatisfied. And when in the public, you see one musician might say, who's going to cook the food that the whole community is going to eat? Sometimes you don't listen to all we say. But you can't be putting people in prison. Look at this is wrong. This is a repressive regime. I think people can do better than what is happening now. And I really pray we get to that stage as soon as possible. Nigerians, we can do better. And I know we can. And that's my hope. That when things like this happen, we expect the state to jump into it. I'm not happy with Peter right now because this is my challenge. Oh God, I can see a new Nigeria. God. The new Nigeria I see is a Nigeria where all the state governors start to produce one thing or the other. Say the money I receive in the next 6 months, even in a bakery, Lagos bread, the way we hear that get bread, that circulates the country, only bakery, Abuja bread, not be wrong, run by the state, making money for the state, providing food at an more affordable price and engaging Nigerians. How about that? That is the possibility of the Nigeria I see. How about the local governments having their small farms, engaging the coppers? New coppers are out today, they never have where to work. You send them to primary school, that's how bad it is. We need to stop that for the country to move forward. The country needs to move forward. And we have to move forward. We better move forward. And this new year, I see a country where everybody goes in. And I said to Peter, you see, you've disappointed me to some big extent. And I'm so sad. Peter, the moment I turn around and say I'm supporting you for one thing, you said we need to move from allocation of revenue to allocation of production. So how come today that you are not president, you are not doing anything for Nigeria? I ask again, Peter, will it be out of place if you create the Nigerian airline that we are all waiting for? It will be business for you, for your campaign, and for Nigerians to grow. You cannot run a country until you become president. Then it shows that you're not ready, sir. Everybody just sit on their ass waiting for money until they become president or they become governor before they can act. All of you that have been campaigning to occupy one office or the other, now that you didn't win, can't you use your office to create something? It's too possible, my guy. It's too possible. Like I said, it could be as little as water. Nigerians don't have good water to drink. Do you understand water? Even politicians, if you guys have started manufacturing your own water, the country would have been different today. We cannot continue. Mary, you're welcome, daughter. Well, yeah, we lost. I am by the meeting, right? Oh my God. You guys have
Yeah.
something going. So,
Abuja is, I think, the light issue. I don't know if it's affected you as well, but we're having light issues.
okay, I
I
think
mean,
maybe even at that. Anyway, I needed you to run through one or two other papers with me before we call the show to an end. Nigerians, my call this year is a message of hope. The president has started something marvelous, and I'm really commending Tinubu for that. Thinking that we can always buy oil, we can import our way to prosperity. We don't import to prosperity, we produce to prosperity. That's what China have done. And I'm happy with the new concept of the free trade zone now bringing in businesses. Because, listen, what I always say to the people is, If the federal government is not doing it, what stops you from doing it? How about Delta State free trade zones? Encouraging people to come and do business in Delta State. So they bring down productivity into the state. You know the future. When those companies, those resources descend your area, they can't carry it away. Because when you bring machine, you bring a car into a community, it remains there. If you build a house, it's a part of the community. You go there, live on. Help people, you can bring people to help to cultivate your land. By just making a free trade zone, they will not be able to take everything away. Because the natural resources are untapped anyway, you're not using them. So if we can work in that line without being selfish, that may bring in some big, we're going to restrict those that come and those who doesn't come. So it's not a free fall for all, anybody that want to steal will come. Then we can begin to develop our land. And if we do that, businesses will flourish. And you, the state government, must be intentional about this. You must be intentional to always try and see if you can. If you can, my people, if you can go into production. I don't need to tell you. I know right now you guys are telling me that the state are not good business people. If the state can do it, who's going to do it? If we allow private people to run our primary school, some children will not go to school. In fact, our forefathers at the time, the generation before me, which my generation too, we went to a secondary school that was with dignity. Secondary school. In fact, when I was in school, children of governors were coming to the same school with us. In fact, the thing happened before now. Delta State were paying bursaries for any people that go down to College of Education there. You see, these were incentives for people to go to school. It's not something you can afford always. If that is no more possible, I'm happy this current government has come up with something, which is this is something I cannot understand, my people. This is the new business in town. Tinubu is releasing something. The federal government is now paying people to have. The federal government is doing something great. Federal government is paying people to have what I call student loan. The student loan everywhere. So if I build a school now, students will come and attend my school and I will make money. What stops the state from building schools? I'm making it a really good business that can bring something good to us. You know? I know my phone is not going to have peace today because I just set some things on fire. So I'm going to try and close this show on time, my people. And I'm going to be trying because I cannot ignore some of the calls. I put something on fire and I have to deal with it. I don't want to do this, but I've been pushed to the wall. And I'm going to say that on my show to the Rubo people in the coming days. There are things that cannot stay quiet anymore. Things have to happen differently. My name is Daddy Chris, and we're coming back slowly this year. We're going to be more positive. Asaba couldn't join us today. They have a lot of logistic issues over there. And I feel sorry for them, but slowly they will get there. My name is Daddy Chris, and this is the Wake Up Nigeria. This is the shortest show we've ever made. Yeah, we need to copy what Jesus did. Our concentration is low, so we'll not be doing show for hours and hours and hours. So we'll try to keep it small, keep it tight, and get you engaged. What we do is actually present the matter and you decide. I have a new hope, a hope that when I see Nigeria producing things, the state governors producing things, the local government producing things, politicians participating in production, so that we'll begin to produce and produce and produce. We'll produce ourselves to prosperity. PP is what I call it. Thank you very much until I see you guys next. Tomorrow I'll be here again to join you. So you join me as we join hands in discussing the issue and moving the country, the great country, the biggest black nation on earth, to the next level. God bless you.
Srtv.